I'm here to make money.
If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop.
We're on the way to LA to fuck some shit up.
Three is back. It's been a while. I had to let you guys soak all the nonsense in. I'll listen to little Debbie Gibson, Shake Your Love. A lot's happened since the last time we saw each other. I'm talking to you like Mr. Rogers. Did you know Mr. Rogers was a Marine, by the way? I guarantee if Mr. Rogers was out there in LA, that shit would have been squashed in like a fucking blink of an eye. Can you imagine? Like, all right, so Google Mr. Rogers if you don't know who he is. Most of you should know who he is. Google Captain Kangaroo. They were both Marines. Can you imagine Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Rogers out there with fucking M16s, all fucking loaded up with helmet, Kevlar, fucking wearing out fucking stupid purple head, blue haired, overweight protesters? How funny would that be? Yeah, I'd pay to see that. Yeah, that'd be great. Put one of those pro cams on their fucking helmets, right? And every week they go out there, a new episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and Captain Kangaroo just butt stroking the fucking protesters. For some of you people that have homosexual tendencies, all right, butt stroke doesn't mean anything homosexual. All right, some of you perverts out there have disgusting minds. A butt stroke is mean hit somebody with the butt of your rifle. All right, stop projecting your homophobia onto Alpha 3. So anyway, yeah, that's great. I love seeing 2-7 being called up. It's funny. It's like when the whole thing went down, the police and the FBI and the ICE, they just had to allow these fucking protesters to do what they want to do. But as soon as Trump Daddy called in 2-7 Marines out of fucking 29 Palms, the whole attitude changed. Everybody got warnings, but that was the good thing, is that they all got warnings, right? It's like, listen, the fun and games are over, protesters. All right, the Marines are coming in, and when they get there, if you put your hands on one of them, you're guaranteed to get your ass beat. And then all of a sudden, the roads start clearing out. The governor down in Florida, DeSantis, he issued an order that if anybody's in the road, that you can run their punk ass over. The Texas governor, I don't know what his name is, followed up, and he says, we're going to squash this shit. So everybody started falling in line. It's just so funny how when you allow these fucking savages out there protesting to do whatever they want to do, they start burning buildings down and becoming destructive. But the second you use force, you meet force with force, all right? And then you send in the Marines that have overwhelming force, an aggressive style, intensity style force, that all the stupid nonsense fucking stops. Right? We turned violent protesters into actual peaceful protesters by doing that. So that was a great thing. Here's the other thing is I'm switching gears here because I really don't want to talk politics. We all know. I've been telling you this stupid shit for years. But here's the other thing, is that the Philadelphia Football Eagles are your 2-time world champions. All right, and it looks like they're going to be 3-time world champions by the beginning of 2026. So that's nice. All right, so all the other NFC East teams, fan bases, they hate to see it. Of course they hate to see it. But of course they throw up these dumbass pictures about they still have more Super Bowl wins. Let's wait to see till about 2032 how many rings either team has. All right, wait till then. I would imagine that the Philadelphia Eagles within 15 to 20 years would have caught up, and that time span would have caught up to the other teams in NFC East. But it's nice to see that the NFC East does hold the most Super Bowls out of all the divisions. So that's nice to see. Anyway, what else is going on in the fucking news? What else is going on? My buddy Anthony from Canadian Awareness, the Kalash channeler. We got some plans going on. We got some future plans, some collaborations going on. So that'll be nice. Alpha 3 will be moving his ass down to West Palm Beach pretty soon. West Palm Beach, Florida. Find a little fucking slab spot up there and just start fucking just taking over the whole fucking planet. Right? So that's going to be nice. Planning a trip to Greece. Right? So my whole life, Alpha 3 has been wanting to go to... Well, I've been to Greece already twice. I'm a world traveler. I've already been all over around the world, but I've never been to Sparta or Athens. So I'm going specifically on a trip to go visit Sparta, because everybody knows Alpha 3 is the ultimate warrior. All right. By the way, you better fucking change your name, Ultimate Warrior. There's only one Ultimate Warrior. Like, change your name. But that's an old joke from like 3 years ago, whoever's been around that long. Change your name joke. I guess I'll explain it to some of you. So when the Washington Commanders were the Redskins, I used to go on these stupid little skits about change your name, especially when those goofy-ass liberals were complaining that it's racist to have an Indian on your helmet. So I would go on these rants making fun of liberals who would cry about the name. And I'd go on these rants about how I support them changing their names because I'm an Eagles fan, and anything that damages any of the rival teams is good for Alpha 3. And they actually listened to Alpha 3, and they changed their name to the Commanders. But that was a joke. They didn't really have to listen to me. And so now, shortly after, I'm like, change your name back. Change your name. So that went on for a little bit. So that was just a stupid little fucking football joke. Liberal football joke that I was doing for a while, a little shtick that I was doing for a while. So anyway, the whole Ultimate Warrior thing, because Alpha 3 is the Ultimate Warrior, and there's a clown painting his face doing fake fighting. All right, some 50-year-old fucking washed-up wrestler called Ultimate Warrior. All right, because I have to explain this shit because the new Gen Z people, they don't know shit. Right? The younger millennials and Gen Z think all their ideas and everything they put out is original, when it's just like 75% of it is just rerun, washed up, yoo-hoo, watered down bullshit from Gen X. All right? So anyway, I have to explain these things. I got to spend 15 minutes explaining to Gen Z and millennials my references. So anyway, the Ultimate Warrior is a washed-up old fucking clown wrestler with paint on his face who calls himself that. So change your name, Ultimate Warrior. All right, so there's my rant for the day. Anyway, Alpha 3 is on his way to the gym. I gotta keep my reps up and my sets up because, as you all know, I am 72 years old. That's another joke from 20 years ago. Anyway. But it's good to be back. I'm enjoying the soccer. Of course, my España team is doing well. They lost in the Nations Cup to Portugal, which is fine. They lost to CR7. If there is a team that I wouldn't mind losing to, is Portugal. So that's perfectly fine with me. Like, ultimately, I want Spain to win, but losing to Portugal is not bad. All right, I appreciate that team, and I appreciate CR7. And then we got the World Club, FIFA World Club World Cup going on right now in America, which is an absolute joke. They got, like, where do they get these? I don't even know how you qualify for this shit. The best teams aren't even in it. Like, you're supposed to have the best teams in it because of this stupid DEI fucking inclusion shit that they made up. They got these teams from, like, New Zealand getting their ass beat down 10-0 by Bayern Munich. All right, if anybody's a soccer fan out there, but like, you got teams from New Zealand that only play soccer part-time, but they're actually like dishwashers in Mexican restaurants in New Zealand, and they're out there playing in the supposed to be the best teams in the world. It doesn't even make sense. All right, Barcelona is my favorite club team, mainly because I've been to Barcelona and I spent time and I fell in love with the city, and I'm a Messi fan. Now, so just to clarify this, because if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I'm a huge CR7 fan, and for a while I considered him the best player in the world. But then Messi won the World Cup, so in my opinion, winning the World Cup kind of takes the cake. Like, but there are other factors that factor into it. Now, since Messi won the World Cup a couple years ago, CR7 has had a more prestigious career within that time frame. So now I think CR7 is the better player. So now there's a lot of confusion going on there, but this is the way it ranks for Alpha 3. Alpha 3's favorite player is CR7, and then Yamil, all right, Lamine Yamil, and then Messi. All right, for a while Messi was in second place, but Yamal, who plays for Barcelona and plays for Spain, has taken that second spot. Now, he still has to earn a lot of shit because he's a little mealy mouth fucking. He runs his mouth, and one thing Alpha 3 does hate is somebody that runs around running his mouth all the time, talking shit. Like, I don't tolerate that type of behavior. But that's what type of dude this is. But he's 17 years old, so he's got a lot to learn. So I'll accept it for now. But yeah, it's one thing Alpha 3 does not like is a big mouth, mealy mouth, cursing, disgusting, running, always running your jibs person. Right? Anyway, so those are my 3 top players right now. There's other players I like, but I'm not gonna bore you with that shit. But can't do this. I can't do this shit. Now I know why I stopped making these dumbass videos. But yeah. So CR7's my favorite player. All right. And so I'll always support him no matter what team he plays on. But that's the pecking order. I forgot what I was supposed to be explaining to you people in the first place. So we'll just move on because Alpha 3 is at the gym. But I know, like, maybe a couple officers tuned in and think I was going to talk about the DOC, but I'm not talking about the DOC anymore. It's old news. I'm so past and above and beyond the fucking corrections. But they're gonna do their nonsense no matter what. So it's up to each individual in the prison system, as far as officers go, to write their own story. They don't allow the fucking Department of Corrections to dictate to you how you're gonna live your life. Stop being a hostage. Stop being a slave to those fucking cunts downtown. I had to get that in, cunts downtown. Stop being a fucking slave to them. Before I go, let me see if there's any fucking good songs that'll get me fired up. Oh, I forgot. I know why everybody's really here. I'm sorry about that. Let me put on a song so I can really get this. Really get this fucking. the mood right. Smells Like Teen Spirit. They just remixed. This is what I was talking about. That Gen Z and millennials, all they do is just try to remake old shit from Gen X. Like this song by Autograph and Queen Ceci. It says Smells Like Teen Spirit. As we all know, that is a Nirvana song. Even if the song doesn't sound anything like it, they still called it that. So that's a problem. But not for me. Let's see what this song says. Let's hear this song. It's the first time I'm hearing this. But I know why you're really here. You're here for this. Come on, man. Get to the fucking song. I got some reps and sets to get to. I ain't got time for this stupid shit. Yep, of course. I knew it. Yeah. Unoriginal. Millennials and Gen Z are just the most unoriginal. They have no... Oh, shit. There's a parking spot. I always like get that front row parking spot at the gym. Right? Let me hit this before fucking somebody else gets it. Yeah, like I was saying, millennials and Gen Z, they have no creative fucking thinking. They just remake everything that's Gen X, turn it into something else with a little twist and call it art. Anyway, this is why you're really here. Hold on, I'll get you a good view of this. Get you a good view of this. Oh, yeah. I know those cunts downtown, they still don't like that. They say it's disgusting. It's disgusting. That man's a fucking barbarian, savage. We're so glad Alpha 3 is no longer part of this department. They don't get it. They still don't get it. I still don't understand it. Anyway, everybody stay safe. Alpha 3 is out. Send it.
Look, with all due respect to everyone, fuck everyone. I'm just here for my own self.